Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us put hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique together. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. My name is Kem Jones. Again, on that journey with you, encouraging you to express, to talk, to speak about the good things that we continue to enjoy in paradise. Grenada is still one of the very peaceful and beautiful, gorgeous place on earth. And we need to harness that. We need to appreciate that so much that if you're outside of Grenada, you should miss it. This is a peaceful place, a wonderful place to be. I want to say, as I start the conversation, there are some lonely people out here, very lonely. They may have lived 50, 60, how much years. They're still on the face of the earth, but they are lonely because they never kept anyone so close to be a companion, to be a friend. So for them, picking up a phone and calling a radio program on a morning time will bring them comfort, will bring them joy, will satisfy their egos and their loneliness. Most importantly, their loneliness. In other words, they believe by calling a radio program and saying all manner of things about the government or about the most honorable Deacon Mitchell will bring them some level of companionship, will take away their loneliness, will take away their isolation. They believe that will solve their problem, right? There are some people, they live their life in such a way that no man wants to go around them, right? They just live that life of what? Me alone and me alone. Or even if someone passed through that particular track, they don't want to be around it and they don't want to go back there. So they're lonely. There's some lonely people, right? Which is sad, very sad. They would fight for their brother's property, their mother property, their sister property. They're fighting for everything. They have no child, they have no chick, no chuck. But every morning they would pick up the phone and bump their gum. And in many instances, there are some people who don't want to be around these people because you just see them and you don't want to be around them. So there are some lonely people out here, and they need help. But you see, we have, as a country, a young prime minister, a handsome gentleman who any woman would feel good around, right? But when you see them all quenk on them, as we would say it, you understand? And you know who I'm talking about, huh? You say to yourself, but wait, why this piece of thing so obsessed with this government and our beloved Prime Minister. She just bitter. She angry every morning. You understand the point? She a chick, she a chack. No man don't want that. But she on our beloved Prime Minister case every morning. Every morning. She's lonely. It's a lonely piece of thing. It's sad, but that's the reality. She's lonely. Right? Nobody wants to be around that. She has a piggish personality. She doesn't believe in God. She's a well, she said she's something, and you know, the woman is sick, in my belief. She is sick. But I want to say there are some lonely people in this place. Very lonely. And they believe by taking up a phone and calling a program and running mouth about our beloved Prime Minister and about this government, that will bring her some comfort. Right? So all the toy in the world will not bring her comfort. She's numb. She's numb. But she believes by calling that program and bumping her gum and running her mouth about our beloved Prime Minister and about this government, she will be happy. Her loneliness will go. Right? All the toy in the world cannot bring her comfort. Right? This lonely piece of thing. But not only this woman, you have a lot of other people. They wake up in the morning and it's just one cadre of callers. They call all programs. It's as though if they don't call, their life done. And what they're talking about and what they're talking about is the same thing. It's the same thing. But they have been doing that for years. They were doing that when the NNP was in power, you know, and they couldn't keep NNP in power. No, they couldn't do that. So let them continue. But I'm saying there are some lonely people out here. And all toy in the world, it could shake like the earthquake. It could vibrate like the earthquake. It still cannot satisfy some people. All right? It could be like, you know, but it still can't satisfy them. I am saying these people, they have been at it for years. They call all programs, the same set of people every morning. Some people fed up. They're tired listening to the same rubbish from these people every morning. And let me tell you this. The reason why that old quink calls the Plead Your Cause program coming to the end is because she afraid another person criticizes her or calls and condemn the rubbish that she has to say or that she said. That is why. So she waits coming to the end of the program to call. And if my good partner, Maggie, calls and he says something, she will call the next day and counteract that. She's a coward. She's a no good. Right? And these people, they talk about this and that, old teller, a typist. Not even a teller, a typist. Useless piece of thing in the context of the conversation this morning. I am saying to you, there are some lonely people in this place. They're lonely. Nobody wants to go close to them. For all the years they live and they as though they don't exist. But to be relevant, they call a program every morning, bumping their gum. You're lonely piece of no good. Right? But she's targeting our beloved Prime Minister and this government. I'm saying to the folks out there, don't matter what toy can satisfy her loneliness. Right? She make it very clear. She made it very clear. She don't believe in God. Right? That's how she is an old piece of thing. Bad-minded piece of thing. Fighting for brotherland, fighting for motherland, fighting for sister house, fighting for all house. Useless. Useless piece of thing. But I'm saying to you, your loneliness will not be satisfied. It will not go away. You will always be lonely. It's important that I say this before I start the program. Right. Let me get into the substance of this morning's conversation. I want to say to you, there are some people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique who believe that the NDC should come in 2 years and fix all the mess that the NNP created in 23 years and a half. There are some people who, I don't know if they're delusional or they're plain dumb. Right? They believe that the NDC should come and fix their pit latrine, give them a modern bathroom and toilet facility, fix the wooden house that they have, but don't put back wood. Put it into concrete in 2 years. They believe that the NDC should pave their driveway in 2 years. They believe the NDC should give them a car in 2 years. They believe the NDC should give them a permanent work, right, in 2 years. But here it is. For 23 years and a half, they were in the pit latrine. They did not complain. For 23 years and a half, they were living in a house that you could take a bamboo and juke them from outside with. They never complained. For 23 years, they had no car. They never complained. For 23 years, they were unemployed in some cases, or they on some contract or something of that sort. They never complained. But they believe that the NDC should come and turn their life around, their miserable life around, that the NNP created. The NNP created that mess for these people. The NNP make these people poor and vulnerable. The NNP make these people catch the royal for 23 years and a half. But they believe that the NDC should be held at a different standard, and that the NDC needs to work magic and turn things around for these people in 2 years. In fact, in 23 months, they believe the NDC needs to turn everything around. You hear me? Every single thing around for them in 23 months. But let me say to you, there are reasonable thinking people in this country who have sense. You are not dealing with barbarians. You are not dealing with illiterates. You are dealing with people who are lettered. People who understand that Rome was never built in a day. People who understand that things do take time to materialize, to come to life, to grow. You plant a seed, it germinates, and then you manure it, you fertilize it, you prune it, and then you get to the point where it matures. Leaves, branches, leaves, branches, branches, leaves, fruits, you harvest. So I am making this point to say, calm all yourself down. Because this is not the same NDC of 2008 to 2013. You're damn lie. You are dealing with an NDC who is working with a plan to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. This is not the soft NDC, boy. You're joking or what? This is the NDC who understands to govern, you need to be tough. at times. To govern, you need to be compassionate at times. To govern, you need to have a plan and execute that plan, don't matter what. So I am saying here to the people who believe they could go on programs and so on social media and say to the NDC, fix me road, fix me school, fix me health center, fix me court, fix me playing field, fix me house, fix me this, fix me. In fact, some of them even asking the NDC to fix their marriage. They want the most honorable Deacon Mitchell to fix their marriage and all. You hear me? Because they want them to go and fight crime as though he's the police. They want them to be the counselor. They want them to be everything. But they're fooling themselves. When NNP was there, why didn't you call the NNP out and say, do this and do that and do this and do that and do that? In fact, right now you have a man with a radio program. He said you have a team. You hear me? You have a team. So he could fix everything. When the NNP was in power, he said he had Keith Mitchell, that old Kribo number, and he had this minister number and that minister number. I won my good partner, Andy Williams. I want him. You hear me? Because they believe by mentioning his name, he go do this and do that. I want him. I say, brother, be careful. You hear me? Be careful. That station is an NNP station. You hear me? And most of the people who call on that station, they are NNP supporters. Right? And not only that, there were some folks on that station who used to eat a good food from Lotto. Yeah. But they cut it from them. They used to just go on and talk about numbers and this and again, all kind of money from Lotto on that same station. You hear? That station is an NNP station. So you can't, in other words, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. And you cannot appease or get these people to do. You're mad. Who them? So I tell my partner Andy, I say, bye. You see that? Do call and do get yourself tied up in that stupidness. You hear me? Do your work. You're doing a good thing. Keep it going. You cannot please these people. You can't. They would call, they complain, they'll try. There's a time when that same guy used to say, well, he has the prime minister, well, at the time, the old cock number, this minister, that minister, and he could, everything he could have fixed. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. You know, I'll give you an example. A person will call, say what they have to say. That individual will not correct them immediately. So he leaves them to say whatever they have to say. And then when he finishes the program, meaning the calling aspect of it, then he comes back and say, well, the Prime Minister of Grenada is not Keith Mitchell, but the Prime Minister of Grenada is Deacon Mitchell. But he left the person to say it, you know, she want to say hi to the Prime Minister and Keith, and yeah, he left them to say it. Just allow them to go ahead. Yeah. So they are free to slander, they are free to say any false thing during that period. But after, when he wrap up, then he come and say, what you say is wrong, what you say. But people already heard that, they tune out and they run with that falsehood. Do you know that is how radio stations get sued? Lawsuits? Yes. Because if something is said there about your humble servant and you don't correct it during the time you're there and you wait till after, I sue you. You understand the point? So I am saying this to say, you have to understand what is at stake. They believe NDC should be held at a different standard. NNP is a whole jagabat. NNP could do any damn thing and get away with it. NNP could do any damn thing in this country and they getting away with it. You hear me? Keith Mitchell could say all kind of old nasty things and he getting away with it. But let somebody from the NDC say it. You're joking. I mean, for me, I don't really give a 2 cents about these people and what they think and what they say. Those NNP folks. I don't really look. Keith Mitchell, the guy go on, he lambaste me, say X, he say Y. Even in his recent press conference. In his recent press conference, I am on his mind. You hear me? In his recent press conference. I don't care about this guy. This guy is useless. Worthless. You hear me? I am saying all of this to say to you, they want to hold NDC at a different standard. NDC needs to do everything perfect in this place. Let NNP do those same things. They don't worry about that. NNP been in power for 23 years and a half. Ask Gemma Ben Thomas what the NNP did to her as a public servant. Ask Willan Thompson, he was Commissioner of Police. Ask him what the NNP did to him. Ask some of those police officers, like the Belfont, the Bartholomew. Ask them, go and talk to them. The Roberts, go and talk to them. Ask some of the senior public servants what the NNP did to them. You hear me? And there are people in this place who just remain nice and quiet and calm because they hold NNP to a different standard. You hear me? And I'm saying, I want to stick it in. Now I'm saying, you hear me? You hear me? It's important. Because we have experienced tyranny for 23 years. And as go and ask Fleming was in immigration, what the NNP did to him. Go and ask them. You could go and ask them. Don't believe that the NNP was this nice administration. The NNP was one of the most nastiest administrations ever passed in this country. Well, may Dorset Charles soul rest in peace. Go and ask the Kent family up in St. Patrick and Livera what the NNP did to them. Go and ask them. You hear me? Folks, do not believe that the NNP was this nice thing, after sliced bread. Where? Which part? This old nasty, bad-minded piece of man. This guy ruled this country with an iron fist. This guy tried to sue me 3 times, You hear this old piece of rubbish talking about somewhere wrong. Let me see. I don't know if you saw it. What's wrong with that piece of trash? Yeah, I'm not even going to play it. You may have seen it. This piece of trash tried to sue me 3 times because of freedom of speech and my ability to articulate. 3 times that old Kribo tried to sue me. Go and ask Senate Joseph what the NNP did to him. Go and ask them. You hear me? Folks, this guy is no good when he come in and talk about freedom. Go and ask Miss Nayak, Rosalind Nayak. Go and ask her what the NNP did to them. Go and ask. So this guy coming now and trying to play thing and give you this impression that he's for democracy, he's a freedom of expression, and he's, you matter what? Huh? Mash dog. That old piece of thing. Mash. Damn good. You have undermined the democracy of this country. You rule this country with an iron fist. Every aspect of this country, the police force, the public service, private sector, everywhere. Mash, dog, you piece of mash. You understand the point? You going to come and play thing now? You should be ashamed of yourself. But there are people, I saw a video. with that piece of no good in tongue, passing tongue, right? Saturday or whenever you pass in tongue. That piece of trash, passing tongue in St. George's. And the man hugging some people and say, well, let me prime minister, and then them they poor catching the in everywhere. The man caused them to be poor, you know. He kept them poor for 20-something years. And still, they hugging him up. They hugging him up. But I know most of them, they support him for years. But here it is. I saw one. I say, oh, gum. Girl, you too damn bad-minded. She hugging him up here. The woman still using a pit latrine. You hear me? You hear what I'm telling you? Every Monday morning she in court. That same woman. In the market there. Yes, in the market in town. You hear what Kem just said? The woman have no shame. The woman have no shame. She getting the poor relief assistance thing, $300 every month. She will get a little the bushing to cut the bush on the side of the road. Right? If you go now and you watch the house leaning so, it's just like the house that they fighting for leadership for. He leaning so. And the girl, what wrong with that woman? She hugging the man, you know. That my prime minister, you told, but what's wrong? Duck you. Stop your stupidness. Get to reality. Come to reality. This guy has how much $1 million? How much million? You know, amazingly, now that this old Kribo out of power, he ain't giving them one, not even a drink. This old guy, not one drink. Tell them, I'm not in power, I can't give you nothing now. I watch a woman and say, what's wrong with that old? What's wrong with that woman, boy? What's wrong with you, woman? A whole pile of children and she catching sheep, nenen to make ends meet. And you're going to hug up, man. Let me prime minister, and come back. Stop your dote. I wish I was in PT Martinique. Because normally I would be in tongue, you know, around that time, you know. If I was there, I say, woman, watch. God knows you. I had to be in PT Martinique. Because I cannot fathom, I cannot comprehend how on earth for 23 years and a half this man make your life a living hell. You're still in poverty catching your nenen. What this guy did to you, what he did for you and your family. And I challenge them, you know. I say to them, tell me the things that this nasty regime, the new nasty party, did for the poor people in the country. Tell me. I'm waiting you. Up to now, they cannot tell me. Tell me the things the new nasty party did for the poor people in this country to get them out of poverty. Tell me. I want to know, after 23 years and a half, 40-something% of our population still in poverty. After 23 years and a half, hundreds of people still using pit latrine in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And you're telling me he like you, he love you. You see the old Kribo, the old Morocco in tongue, and you're hugging up, and you're loving up, and you're, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you all? You don't want betterment? You don't want upward mobility? You don't want to progress? Not progress. Progress. I challenge you today because there are some people out there who believe that NDC should be perfect, boy. The standard you hold NDC at is different. You know, there's some women, and don't mind that. You could say some men too. Some women, there's two gentlemen, two guys, right? There's this nice guy. He washing, he cooking, he ironing, he cleaning, paying the bills, helping the children with the homework. I mean, he's just nice. But still, he getting cow horn, right? Cow horn he getting. Left, right, and center. Just a nice guy. And mind you, the bangarante, she go in and take. The old piece of thing, the bad boy, she go in and take. Ain't doing a better work in bed than the nice boy, you know. No, but he too nice. He too good. She go in and get a jagabat, an old piece of thing. And she love that. Pants on the bottom, smelling rank, smelling off, right? Off. She had no problem with that. She, she know the bad boy. She got a bad boy. The nice man, she don't study the nice man. Nice, decent. That is just how them NNP and them operating in this place. You hear me? Just so. Don't fool yourself. That's exactly how they operating. They see NDC, NDC nice, NDC this, NDC. Well, you see this one here. I am different. I am different. I'm saying to you, if you want betterment, the NDC is the way to go. If you want to go backwards, the NNP is the way to go. NNP is backwardness. You're going to regress. NNP ain't good. NNP is a curse on this nation. You hear me? Look at what they have done to this place. You have those NNP surrogates right now. Boy, I know what the citizenship by investment program did to them. I know. You hear me? Year one, if I look for a Bix, I might see her. Flat, flat, flat. But, you know, she has a little chest, a lot of makeup, and, you know, the falsy and so on. We understand that. But if I'm looking for a Bix, a flat Bix, a Johnny Bix, you know, I might be confused between her and the Johnny Bix. You hear me? Flat. She ain't nothing. Nothing to, if you look behind, you ain't see nothing. Zero. Flat, 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 flat. And she could topple over because, you know, I don't know what the CBI program did to these people. Because Grenada was able to collect in 2023 $1 billion or more through the CBI program. Boy, I don't know what the thing do them. You are the Rasta boy there on the radio, he thief. What is his name again? That boy could thief. He thief government, he thief the, what is the boy name again? He bad, paid him pay any rent. The boy, the one on the radio there. What is his name again? I forgot the name. Some Rasta, something like that. They say so the dread smelling. That boy, the boy on the radio. What's his name again? I forgot the name, you know. I am saying all of this to say what the CBI program did to these people. What they did to these people? I want to know. So Grenada happened to, you know, have a good program and a lot of money coming through to build roads, build schools, build health centers, create employment and opportunities for young people. I want to, I tie up. I don't know what this thing do to them. For the whole week, they're beating up on the CBI program, you know. What's wrong with these people and them, boy? You see, sometimes people just get angry when you take tough measures. Some people just get angry. And about democracy, and about freedom, and about the constitution, and about this and about that. There are some people in this place. If they are not around here, and they're somewhere else, maybe in the Gaza Strip, Grenada will be a better place. Or you send them back in Trinidad. Or you send them somewhere. Grenada will be a better place. Because I cannot understand how you vex Grenada able to run a program, right? So successfully under the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and the leadership at the CBI office. You vex? How could you be vexed with something that's good like that? But you see, they are custom with convestors coming. They are custom with con men and crooks coming through these things on them and coming and con them and con the country. They are custom with that. So it's surprising the chest. It's like you take somebody and you bring them somewhere in a restaurant and they are custom with rice and bakanek. With coconut, what do you call it? Coconut slush. They are custom with that. and you bring them the, lasagna, or Alfredo, whatever, Cajun potato, and or grilled fish, or fried fish, or beef, steak, or whatever, baby back ribs, you nice them up, and they don't want that. Nice little veggies and sauteed. They don't want that. They want the rice and bakanek, the coconut slush. They don't want that food. They don't want that. That's how them NNP operating, Them NNP operating, so you bring them in a restaurant, All they want is coconut slush. All they want is rice and bakanek with coconut, great coconut, with a little sweet pepper in it. Well, what you call it? Bud pepper. Or they want the church rice. They are custom with the church rice. The Catholic church, that is kind of cut rice and bakanek, and they full the belly, and they say, they full up. That's what they're not accustomed to hearing about a program doing well and bringing resources to this country to build schools, to build roads, to build community centers, to refurbish medical stations, to create opportunities for people. They're not accustomed to that. They vex. What's wrong with all you? All you vex? You vex with nice thing, with good thing? Huh? With something that's running good and well? You vex with that? You see, some of these NNP people, they are no good. They don't know what is good. Because for 23 years and a half, all they know is that old Kribo in power, that old piece of no good. That's all they know. All they know is that piece of thing. Hold. Let me see. Let me see if I see that piece of thing somewhere. I must see something somewhere. That piece of Kribo, that old piece of thing. Let me see something. I say I ain't playing that Kribo, But let me see. Let me look. Let me look and see where I see that piece of Kribo. Somewhere around here. That piece of Kribo must be somewhere around that. Let me look and see. Here. Now I see the Kribo here. Kribo here, no. That piece of Kribo here, I ain't see. All right, I ain't see the Kribo. Kribo. I'm looking for it. Looking for the piece of Kribo. Kribo. Where is it? Kribo. Hold on. Let me type something. Let me see. Kribo. I'm looking for the Kribo. Hold on. All they know is that piece of Kribo. That's all they know. I'm looking for the Kribo. Where's the Kribo? Come here, where Kribo here? That piece of old Kribo. That's all they know.
When you see you have a lion sleeping, don't wake him up. They wake me up, and I'm ready for them.
On the 23rd of June, it is serious business. And that serious business requires us to begin the process of transformation.
They're asking you to buy a cat in a bag. I want to at least see the cat head, and if possible, its tail.
Nothing goes from yellow to green. A fruit can only go from green to ripe, from green to yellow, and it's when it's yellow that it's sweet.
Whether the day when Grenadians needed them, brothers and sisters. Whether the day.
Where have you been to not recognize that the Princess Alice Hospital has fallen apart?
Toby, come back home. We want you home, Toby. We're sorry for you, Toby. Come home, Toby.
NDC at this point in time is a sinking ship. It is chaos.
I say to you party members, I say to you party workers, boots on the ground, boots on the ground.
Boy, you ain't see he look small, he can't take no licks, he can't take a good little licks. Boy, you see us? Watch that. You see that? That could take a lot of licks.
This thing is no game.
This thing is no TikTok tour. This thing is no raffle. This thing is no lotto. This thing is no joke. This is serious business.
Thank you for handing over the baton. And thank you for whatever you have built. But there's a new sheriff in town.
Every time the man get a little licks, he threatening people to sue them. He's Mr. Sue. Mr. Sue Sue. When you see him say Sue Sue.
So you could call me Susu. I will accept the Susu because I am going to help the people of Grenada to put the little 1-1 money together and ensure that we can give it to the next person and improve their lives. Bangers bust, but Susu doesn't. So take Susu in you.
Yes. You see, they are accustomed to the old Crebo being there and doing all kind of stupidness. That's what they're accustomed to, those NNP and them. You hear me? That is what they're accustomed to. It's surprising the chess that good things are happening in the country. The economy is doing well. The economy is buoyant. The economy is liquid. The economy is doing well. Jobs are being created. In Grenada, Carriacou and PT Matnik, they vex. The CBI program in 2023 realized revenue of over $1 billion. They vex. Grenada is on the right path. We are peaceful, we are stable, things are happening for our people. But why you vex? But how these people could be patriotic and vex because Grenada doing well? How? I just cannot understand, can't wrap my mind around that. How is that possible? So the woman on a program on, where she did, somewhere on YouTube or Facebook, somebody, and she running she mouth. She yapping and she yapping and she yapping. Girl, what wrong with you? Huh? What wrong with you, girl? Huh? Something wrong with you? No. Stop it. You're not ready yet. Go and rest yourself. Because Grenadians have come to the conclusion that the opposition forces, they don't like good for this place. You hear me? They ain't like good for this place. They ain't like Grenada. Because if they love Grenada, they would celebrate the fact that Grenada is doing well and the program is doing well. All right? They ain't like the place. So I say to the girl, stop it. What's wrong with you? Stop it. Yes. So you see, there are some people in this place, they jealous. They envious. They thought that the NDC would fail. They thought that the NDC would, just pop out. Yeah, we know. There are people who heard the song. All right? Madman Dave. On the radio, people heard the song. All right? So don't worry. Madman Dave was singing there. Some people heard the song on the radio. But on this online thing, don't worry about that. Madman Dave that sang there. Some of these people are jealous. Anyways, it's not today. My 10th anniversary or celebration is not today. There are some people who believe it's today. It's not today. It's Friday coming, meaning next Friday. All right? So that's important. Next Friday, not this Friday. All right? Not today. Today's Friday, no. It's next Friday. The 31st day of May, the last day in May. I have the tickets. It's 50 EC. 50 EC for the tickets. Come and be a part of the celebrations at the Trade Center from 4 p.m. next Friday to 10 p.m. I have the tickets. Even if you can't make it, you could sponsor some tickets. You could, you could sponsor a couple tickets towards the event. It's 50 EC. You could send it WhatsApp. Communicate with me via WhatsApp. You could call me, send something via MoneyGram, Western Union, or maybe you see me in person. It's like this morning, a person came at the gate, then he said, "Come just buy all that. That's towards your 10th anniversary. I love you. I appreciate you. And I want you to continue what you're doing. You have been doing a magnificent job, a wonderful job." So, you can give towards the operation, towards the event. We really want it to be a good event. We have a nice time, of course. So it's not today. It's next Friday. All right? 10 years. I've been on 10 years, the program. 10 years serving you. It's time to celebrate 10 years of service to you. It's at the Trade Center. That's next Friday, not this Friday. All right? Not today. Next Friday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right? So take good care. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back with you on Sunday, God